This is why I ran out of space for the title. Kyrie and the Celtics are getting better, and this is why Kyrie Irving is getting better without LeBron James. Because he's finally got a coach around him again. Somebody that can get him better. And this is a live feed, by the way. I don't know when they're going to send the stream out. Jerry dropped 81. What's up? Sorry, we were having technical difficulties. What's up, Mr. Rayford? A lot of people didn't get their notifications. But now we're back. And we're going to move right ahead. For those who don't know, this is a live stream. And we're going to show you the reason why the Boston Celtics are getting better and Cleveland, well, they're not. You see that guy over there? Coach. He knows how to coach the game. Everyone's raving about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie could play defense now. That's what happens when you have a coach. That's what happens when you play as a team. Yes, they don't have a player dominating and running practice. They don't have a player that's dominating and telling other players what to do. They don't have everybody over there as individuals. You see, when you have all that nonsense going on your team, how can you run a structure? LeBron thinks he's bigger than the game. He thinks that's what it's about. Doing everything Bron wants to do when LeBron wants to do it. You can't win like that. You can't run a dictatorship. Well, the thing is, they got like how many new players? They didn't put all these new guys on the team, and they're not performing. And I told you that everybody wasn't going to fit into their roles properly. Because guys are coming from an area where they were the man. Guys were the man where they came from. Clam Chowder was somebody that was in the starting lineup, but he only did so much. He's a role player. Isaiah Thomas was the man. Derrick Rose was a second, third option in New York. He knew how to play his role, but he knew he would get touches. But he can play around LeBron. But everyone else has to understand that LeBron don't play in an average game of basketball. He plays street ball. So if you know how to play street ball, then you're going to fit into his system. He doesn't really like to run sets. The sets they run are just for recreation. They may run one play that works. Other than that, it's all hero one-on-one basketball. I'm going to steamroll this guy. Everybody take away the double team, the help from me by going out on the 3-point line. And if they collapse, then I'm going to hit you with a pass. That's the only basketball LeBron James knows. That's the only thing he plays. LeBron James has never been properly coached. When he was there, Paul Silas tried to teach him, and he just wasn't going to get it. And they basically told Paul Silas, you got to go because you keep trying to coach LeBron James. He don't need to be coached. Just let him play. Anybody got in his way, they were removed. Anybody who tried to coach LeBron James was removed. Then they brought in Mike Brown. Mike Brown was a good buddy coach. And Mike Brown was like, look, we need to get better. Let's try to work on things and do this and that. He tried to coach. Mike Brown's a problem. Mike Brown got to go. So Mike Brown had to get out of there. Every coach they brought in, even the guy who was the assistant coach, the Russian guy came in there. And then him and LeBron got into it. And now he's gone. What's the common denominator? LeBron comes, a coach has to go. How did they win in Miami? Very simple. You bring in guys like Mike Miller, guys who are role players who know how to come in and perform. You had Chris Bosh, all-star, to play with Dwayne Wade, who was another all-star. So now you got 3 all-stars, and you got talent on the team. You bring in shooters like Mike Miller. They had some other guys on the team. Can't remember them all. But those were the difference makers. If Whiteside could stay healthy, I mean, they could do some real damage in the East. But the Miami Heat is one of those teams that's going to get hot late once they get all the pieces back on the floor. Their team, a lot of teams don't want to play. So now we get to the Celtics, right? The Boston Celtics. And why they are getting better. Well, let's see why they're getting better.
Position shooting, 12 on the clock. 12 on the clock.
Okay, T-Roll, start us off, boy.
Here we go.
I see it, Jen.
Work your left. Put something on it.
Hey, let's go fast. I like it. Yeah. Woo, hey, yeah. Shot, Nader. Yeah. Show how pretty that thing is. Show how pretty it is. Nice, Kyrie. Good shot, baby. Good shot.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to work our post defense a little bit. I'm working hard to straddle this leg and deny with a hand up. Ball gets reversed, I change myself just a little. Now I push him up the middle. He goes and gets post position. When he faces, I show my hands, guard one dribble baseline, chest it, done. Got it? Okay? One after another. Here we go. Ready? Go with it. Good.
I'm front. Oh, yeah.
Good job, Smart. Good job, Smart. Good job. Good job, T-Row. Good job, T-Row.
That's you, Tatum. That's you, Jason. Physical, JT. No hands. Show your chest, baby.
Good, JT. Good.
Come on, Kyrie. There we go.
Hit early to front. Front.
Front.
Good. Steer hand, swipe hand early. Show your hands. Good. Next. Good job.
Get in front. Jump to the ball. Front it. Now three quarters. Fight over it.
Brooks is the MVP today. That's hard stuff. It's hard to keep getting hit.
Wall. Front there. I got you backside. Hey.
Hands back. Good. Couple more.
Yeah, Boston. And that's why they going to the finals. And that's why Cleveland doesn't have anything like that on the floor. That's why they are going, and everybody else is going to be at home. Seriously. Yeah, coaching, plays, and sets. If you do that, you can have a successful team. And that's what happens with Boston. Running these sets back and forth, that's how you build a winning formula, a winning team, a winning structure. So I'm very happy where the Celtics are right now as a team. Now the Detroit Pistons, they can get there. But this is why Cleveland is having problems. It's all about the structure of the teams. Both of the teams are not structured well. They're not doing what they're supposed to do as far as that aspect. The Warriors always self-implode in the last 5 minutes. They can't deal with adversity. They turn into individuals, and you don't have guys stepping up to be the guy, period. You know, like, I'm going to take responsibility here. I'm going to take the game over, or I know what plays to run during this set. They don't know how to deal with it. So because of the fact they don't know how to deal with it or what to do, people are just like, okay. So it's funny to me, everybody's been raving about Kyrie's defense this season. Look at this. Kyrie's getting steals. He's doing this. I thought LeBron was supposed to make him better. What happened to that? LeBron is the only one that could make him better. Now, they're getting better. Well, Kyrie's getting better defensively without LeBron. But when he was with LeBron, he wasn't getting all these steals. Why? Because I just showed you. Bron has never had coaching or structure. The only coach he ever had in Miami, he had a film coach as the head coach, was Shane Battier. Shane Battier worked with LeBron James and taught him basketball. Yeah, even Shannon Sharp had to get upset. You ain't going to have Shannon Sharp as a fan if you keep talking about you out of shape. Because Shannon, that ain't going to make no excuse with him. Shannon was mad. Why is they out of shape? LeBron can't win without all-star players. He's got to have an all-star bunch of players. It's funny to me that when LeBron went to the finals that year, they act like LeBron was the only player that they had. Like Larry Hughes and them didn't contribute. Ogauskas didn't contribute during that season. All these guys, Gooden, those guys did great that season. And they helped LeBron James out. Matter of fact, in the NBA Finals, when they got swept by San Antonio, everybody else did great. LeBron James is the reason they lost. He didn't do his job. Everybody else did theirs. He didn't do his job. Had he done his job, nobody's talking about it. If you ever want to go watch the NBA Finals again, go back to Cleveland when they first went to the NBA Finals with LeBron against San Antonio. You'll see those guys played and got no help from LeBron James. And at the end of the series, Tim Duncan grabbed LeBron and said, "Don't worry, this will be your league. They're going to give you this league one day, and you'll be here many times. Don't even worry about it. You're going to be right back here. Don't even worry about it." That's because people didn't get their notifications. I just contacted YouTube, told YouTube so that they can send out the notification. So hopefully everybody would get it. Man, no, that's people playing games again. They knock you on and knock you off. What you guys were seeing and what I was seeing was entirely different. They knocked everybody offline. Now that we're back, so we have to reboot the whole thing over. It's crazy. Seems like we the only ones that have this trouble with streaming. Let's see where they put us next. Of course I know this. But you still have a job to do. Now they trying to say it's something wrong with the buy traits or whatever that is. Which has nothing to do with us. So we trying to get everything fixed so we can resume and get this thing done the right way. But it's just like we were saying, it's coaching. You don't see Kyrie in there trying to come in there and overshadow people like, I'm Kyrie Irving. You must do as I say do. No, they're in there running sets. They're running plays. It's all about structure. Well, they're claiming they're having problems, technically, with the stream. The only problem is they're not doing their jobs. I'm doing my job. Y'all trying to do y'all jobs. People are not getting their notifications, and it makes no sense, and then there's no reason for it. Now, you know doggone well we'll have more than 33 people here. I don't know what's going on with the likes. I don't even know what that it's even about. I don't even know what that means. Like I don't even get caught up in the like dislike thing. I don't know if I've ever been on anybody else's YouTube live. Me versus YouTube is like a lifelong fight. That's a 365 fight every day just to try to give the people what they say they claim they do. Oh, no, there won't be any choking in the playoffs. Not from this team. Because they got coaching.
Position shooting, 12 on the clock. 12 on the clock.
Okay, Zero, start us off, boy. Here we go. That's it, Jam.
Work your left. Put something on it.
Hey, let's go fast. I like it. Yeah. Woo, hey, yeah. Shot, Nader. Yeah. Show how pretty that thing is. Show how pretty it is. Nice, Kyrie. Good shot, baby. Good shot.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to work our post defense a little bit. I'm working hard to straddle this leg and deny with a hand up. Ball gets reversed. I change myself just a little. Now I push him up the middle. He goes and gets post position. When he faces, I show my hands, guard one dribble baseline, chest it, done. Got it? Okay? One after another. Here we go. Ready? Go with it. Good.
I'm front. Oh, yeah.
Good job,
here.
Smart. Good job, Smart. Good job. Good job, T-Row. Good job, T-Row.
That's you, Tatum. That's you, Jason.
Richard,
JC.
you just can't buy defense at the
Good,
store.
JT. Good.
Come on, Kyrie.
There we go. Hit early to front. Front.
Front.
Good. Steer hand, swipe hand early. Show your hands. Good. Next. Good job.
Get in front. Jump to the ball, front it. Now three quarter, fight over it.
Brooks is the MVP today. That's hard stuff. It's hard to keep getting hit.
Wall. Front there, I got your backside. Hey!
Hands back. Good. Couple more.
You see? Now, what did you see there? You saw unity. Unity. But they're dedicated to what side of the ball? Defense. Because that's how you're going to win the games.
Got that new home.
They're not going to the finals? I think they are. I mean, the loss to Hayward was huge, but I think that it brought the team together a little bit. It's early, and the team is very young. But in the East, I think they could beat Washington. It's just that the team they have is very young. And, like, Tatum's a rookie. You know, you got a lot of guys like Brown, like this is like his second year. You got a lot of guys that are coming into their own. They haven't been in the playoffs. They haven't been in one of those type of games.
Down.
That was ridiculous, man. Oh man, that's watching those young guys be able to fly in the air like that. Oh man, I just nothing but just envy over here, being able to have a freaking 42-inch vertical, and the fact that Josh Richardson even had a chance to block that shot is still ridiculous too. So, man, those young guys are.
Well, Kyrie, I'm envious sitting here watching you perform the way you performed tonight and the way you was handling the basketball. And love the way you played, love the challenge that you've taken in Boston. The one thing that I want to talk to you about or ask you about is, just the leadership. When Gordon went down, that was a very difficult emotional moment, I thought, for the whole team. How have you taken everyone under your wings and gotten everybody focused to keep playing and to keep continuing?
Man, well, I think we all know as players and understanding how long we've been watching this game that the big picture is what really matters. Obviously, all our prayers and well wishes are always going to be recorded, but at that point in the first quarter and during that Cleveland game, we still had to pick ourselves back up and be able to perform. We dropped our first two, but these last few games we've been playing extremely well and just creating our identity on the defensive end and just making sure that becomes our staple every time we're going to the game. And then most importantly, we're preparing a lot better. Everyone's taking that challenge mentally.
Preparing better.
Perform becomes easier.
I know Golden Eagle 99. Yell at them because they didn't send no one a notification.
Kyrie Sandwich here, looking at your Celtics team and looking at Jaylen Brown and Tatum. You being a former #1 pick, understanding the pressure that these young men have on them in today's NBA, you got to come ready to play. What are you doing to help these young guys and make sure that they get the opportunities, get some open looks, and build on their confidence each and every game?
I'm with those guys almost every single day, and understanding that when you're in this league, sometimes you can't teach killer, and those guys want to continue to get better every single day. They're in the gym every single day, understanding that greatness comes with a lot of sacrifice and commitment. And you got guys that are ready to commit themselves to the game of basketball and do everything possible to perform their best every single night, whether they're shooting the ball well or whether they're not. They understand that their impact can be felt on the game on a multitude of ways. So when you got guys like that, it makes my job a lot easier just to go out there and play. I expect a lot from them. They understand that, but I also have, that freedom mindset of just being themselves. Understanding that they still have.
I feel bad for a lot of the people that missed it.
Experience is the best teacher, and they're getting it every single night going against the best.
But I'm going to shut it down so you guys can go ahead
on you here and just talk about how
catch up.
Putting on the Celtic uniform. I mean, all of us who